How's it going, dudes? Have you ever died? Well, from someone who almost has on multiple occasions, it's important to make sure your funeral plan is not only well established, but beyond bougie. Why have a modest celebration of life when you could show everyone how you are living large without living at all? Those who agree might enjoy today's game, Big Funeral, a card game for the mildly sane produced way back in 1964, making this the oldest game I've ever covered. Large Burial is a trick-taking game like Euchre or 500 cards, but follows just 3 key pillars: the theme, the scheme, and the dream. The theme is to throw wild funeral parties while still alive, which you do by collecting the fanciest hearses, coffins, tombstones, and land plots that money can buy. The scheme: while that's going on, you also want to make your friends look cheap and send them to Slob Hill in an orange crate coffin where they can spend their afterlife in shame. And the dream, which is the game's win condition, of accumulating $50,000 worth of dead people status symbols. The game is one of the simpler trick-taking games to play, but has a few elements that keep you on your toes. 3 to 6 people can play, and to start, you deal out the cards till there are none left. Player left of the dealer goes first and plays a card. Then clockwise, each player will play any card that they want. No need to follow suit or any of that jazz. Fun fact, when you play a card, the rules specifically state that you must declare the card type and the amount it's worth. You're gonna end up with a gosh dang, I summon my hearse, worth $3,000! Ugh! Each player will only play 1 card, then whoever plays the second highest valued card wins that round and collects the played cards. Now, pay attention here or you might get lost. When the winner collects his cards, they check their own place card, which has 1 section for each card type. If they want a card that can fill an empty section, they place it there. If they want any status symbols, they go next to the mat. New cards cannot replace ones already on the mat, so these leftovers will go back into the winner's hand and can be used in the next rounds. Once a player fills all 4 of the sections, they earn the distinct privilege of being allowed to die, which is a good thing here. The dead player's hand gets dealt out to the other players, then they add the sum total of their mat and status symbols to their score. This loop will continue until there is only 1 living player left, and that player will become the zombie of this round, celebrating his undeath by getting a score of 0 no matter what cards he had. Did you get all that? Fantastic. As a reward, you get to endure some wacky crap. The game has a very unique art direction with its drawn-out visuals, and while I can't find many, some of the cards I can see are really stellar, like the group rate coffin, the keg coffin, or the honorary degree that is practically worthless. The box mentions specifically that the game has not been endorsed by the Funeral Directors Association. The rules try to encourage players that start with bad hands by saying you don't have to be born rich. The creator, Claude Saucy, published the game himself because no game company would publish it due to the sensitive subject matter. 25 years later, Hexagames, after publishing Claude's award-nominated title Lines of Action, would also publish Big Funeral, but only after completely reworking the theme of the game to German! Shicaria follows the same gameplay as Big Funeral, but now the aim of the game is to join the in-crowd through the acquisition of high society status symbols, like homes, jobs, money, and cars. Amazingly, I ended up finding less info about the re-release than the original. Go figure. But with that, I believe it's time we lay Big Funeral to rest. If you want to learn more about the game, I've got 2 links down below for your reading pleasure. Before we go, let me know below which fancy funeral facets you're most excited to croak for. I know I couldn't be caught dead in anything but my keg coffin. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. A special thanks to my suppliers, my staff patrons Max Leon Thomas and Benny Rush, my chef patron Matthew Connor, and my investor patron Ice92355. If you'd like to be like these heroes, you can use the link below to check it out. How's it going, dudes? Have you ever died? The scheme: while that's going on, you also might want to read the script. When the winner collects the cards, they check their placemat. Wait. Shicaria Yep, that'll do it. Finally, let me know below which of the fancy... change that to before we go. Before we go, let me know down below which fancy funeral faucets, it's not faucets,